This is Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share and subscribe. And remember, eagles flies with eagles. All right now, hit that like button, share and subscribe. This is Arthur Omer from the Black Titanic. All right now, Black Titanic coming from you. Hit that like button, share and subscribe.
Hey, this is pre-recorded, y'all. I'm going to put it out early because I got somewhere to go. I've heard y'all. Y'all have given me so much love, and I wanted to go, but I decided I was going to stay. But I'm going to do something differently this time. I'm just going to teach, okay? So those of you, y'all go get your tea somewhere else and then come to Grandma for whatever else you need. But anyway, today, if you see that picture over there, I decided to talk about feeling numb and disconnected and detached towards Black death. What is your brains telling you? What do you see? Answer that. You see a person with a head in the ditch. You see a dead body, right? Or is your focus on an analogy? Oh, that's just an analogy. Or a ditch riddle. Oh, everybody knows about those. Nobody in the world don't know about that ditch riddle. No, I never heard of it. I never heard of it. I never heard of that riddle. Never before. And so what do you see here? You see a disconnect, a detachment towards Black death. No sympathy for that Black dead body right there. That's just an analogy. No sympathy for that Black dead body right there. That's just a riddle. Okay. So I'm going to read this to y'all. It says, each time another Black person is killed by police, all I can say is again. So we know death is a part of life, but to see somebody like George Floyd taken in such a personal manner is just too much for me. Now, y'all saw that, but y'all saw it took the whole world to get one white man convicted. Why? Because they was trying to tell us that we didn't see that. We did not see George Floyd get choked. George Floyd died from an overdose. George Floyd died from a heart attack. That's the same analogy that I hear right here. Oh, you don't see a dead body. That's an analogy. Oh, well, you know that's just a ditch riddle. Everybody in the world done heard about that riddle. Who in their right mind would think that? Who in their right mind would think that that's what that means, a murder plot? Why? You know why? Because each and every one of you are numb towards the Black death. No compassion. No, my heart, I see that right there. That picture right there, to see my sister or brother dead like that. And it's obviously this person been murdered. I don't know if it's real or not, but we're talking about feeling numb and disconnect and detached towards Black death. What do you, and the media trains us. The media has programmed us well. So it says, one lesson I learned to teach my children, ages 10 to 14, is never to allow someone to make them feel guilty about what their feelings or to discount the feelings of others. So what was that woman doing to me? The woman was keeping up with the hoax. She was trying to make me feel guilty. She was trying to discount my feelings towards me having compassion for this person right here, this dead body. oh, she's kind of discount my feelings that I felt like this was a murder plot, because that's what this is that I see. But you guys have been programmed towards Black Death to, oh, again, that's nothing to you guys. Some of you, okay. So also, let me say this before I keep going with this. I had to go to my grandkids and say, this woman said like, I just doing something for the likes. I asked my grandson about that. Then I had to ask about clout chasing. So now I understand, okay? To you, Miss Keeping Up with the Hoax, I want to tell you this. You every day, all your posts is about the hoax. When are you going to stop reporting on the hoax? You want to know when I'm going to stop reporting on the Scots. When are you going to stop reporting on the hoax? And even that video that you wanted down was yours. It wasn't mine. When are you going to stop? Answer me. When are you going to stop reporting on the hoax? You want to know when I'm going to stop reporting on the Scots. You report on the hoax every day. All right, let me go. What do you do when you don't know how to feel, or your feelings are overwhelming that you don't know how to process them? Okay? It's difficult to put into words how I'm feeling about the ongoing death of Black people at the hands of law enforcement, or those that are extremely suspicious. I want to cover it up or ignore it. None. Each time a new case emerges, all I say is again. So we're talking about this dead body over here. You're numb. Our people are numb towards the death of their own loved one. If you don't believe me, just turn on the TV. Take for instance, when that, what's his name that went in that church and killed all those people. It was less than 24 hours. They was up there forgiving that white boy. That white boy had to tell them, I don't want your sympathy. Why? Because they did not value their loved one's life. The life that they valued that was more important was that white boy that had their killer. And go to the Amber Guyver, the same thing. They were hugging on her. The lady that killed the man while he was in his house. They were hugging on her, the family members, and the judge. Why? You're numb to the feelings of the death of that person that looked like you. You numb. Y'all trying to make me discount my feelings, telling me that this is not a murder plot. What do you see? What do y'all see? I don't care what you say it meant to be, but what do your eyes see? What do your brain see? We have to deal with facts. You guys need to start dealing with facts. So sometimes when we keep seeing all these, we get angry. Why does this keep happening? When will it stop? Sometimes we sad. These are the emotions that we have, but they usually go away when we first see all. Say for instance, George Floyd, we had anger, then we had sad, a life filled with promises, and they cut short. A family is mourning, a community is outraged, and in many ways, no one is listening. My head could have spent when that woman told me. I'm sitting up here looking at a dead body, and this woman told me that that's not what I see. That's just an analogy. And then she tried to relate it to herself, knowing damn well that I didn't say anything to her. I didn't even include her name. All I did was share the video. Now, I'm going to tell you this. That's all she talk about is the hoax. What she gonna dictate to me who I'm supposed to talk about. That woman talked to me so low down. She was low down with it. Now, Funky Deneva emailed me. He was nice about it. He did come say what he had to say, but he can't believe that nobody don't know about that ditch riddle. But I've never heard it before, y'all. And then if I heard it before, I would stop it. I would stop it. That's not a riddle. That's not nothing to play with. Digging a ditch to put your loved ones in. That's why you so desensitized towards this black body. You takes the focus. You feeling numb. You disconnected. You detached towards this black body. That's why you able to say, well, oh, that's just an analogy. Oh, that's just a riddle, a ditch riddle. Because you're numb, detached, disconnected towards the pain and can't have compassion for your loved ones that's laying up there dead. When videos of death surface, I refuse to watch them. Death is a normal part of life, but to see someone taken so personally, like a George Floyd death, would carry that scene with her for the rest of her life. The little 17-year-old girl, she gonna remember that death. And if this little 17-year-old girl seen something like this, she will have compassion in her heart. Why? Because she have experienced something so traumatic. See, I see it all the time. Y'all take it serious. Y'all know when we be going on them tours, finding people hanging in the woods, finding black people dead like this in a ditch, just been abandoned like they're a piece of trash. So we're going to talk about this. So this Tuesday morning, the day after Floyd death, the week after Breonna was killed, months after Ahmaud Arbery, all these cases except for George Floyd I was on, I woke up and sat in my bed with a heavy heart and eyes filled with tears that wouldn't stop. And that's me. That's how I felt when I seen this person, this dead black person in there. My heart was heavy when I saw it, and it was a little bit too much for me when this woman started. It was too much for me already. That you know who, I don't want to call her name because like they say she liked to can the man. That's what they say. She liked to can the man if you mentioned her name. But when you know who had well, anyway, I'm going to say her name because I need it for a legal reason. When Wanda had Wanda Leach Moore had sent this picture, and then she sent the picture, and that blowed me. I had so much compassion in my heart seeing that for that person just lying there dead. But you guys think I'm not supposed to have no feelings? You're gonna try to make me feel guilty? Tell me that's not what I see is a dead body? What is your brain telling you that you see? Do you see a dead body? Or are you focused on you so numb to it that the larger society has programmed us to be so focused on analogy, focus on a ditch riddle, focus on any and everything except for our having compassion for our loved one that's laying up there dead. Anyway, y'all. Oh boy. Anyway, y'all, I'll be back. I'm finna close this out and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is gonna be the Mike Brown case. And I chose the Mike Brown case because when I saw this dead body, that's what it reminded me of. The many, many, many black men that I see laying in the middle of the street. many black men that I see laying in the middle of the street. The many of black people that I see hung when I'm going out trying to help solve cases. That's what it reminds me of. My heart is heavy. My heart's still heavy. Now that woman keeping up with the hoax, man, that woman talked to me like I wasn't shit. Ooh, Lord, that for me to hear that with my ears, and then I didn't know what was going on. I really didn't know what was going on, y'all. She coming after me about them Scots when that was her post. That was her post. That wasn't none of my posts. And I made sure that y'all, I know the ropes enough to say when you share somebody else's video, you're supposed to make sure you shout them out or put their names on there. But I don't know where she coming from with me trying to put her in the middle of nothing. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I have used plenty of her videos. She's never said anything. That woman just talked to me like a dog. Yeah, like I wasn't nobody. And to Bucket Geneva, we good. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for disrespecting me. Thank you. So now we're still on the Mike Brown case. Black Lives Matter come on the scene. Now you got the grassroots people like myself down there in the hood. You got us down there. And then here comes Black Lives Matter. Everybody just, this multicultural thing. And one my friends were so happy, and I said, you don't know what them white people in this community down here in this community for. All y'all saw is all of them just running around there with the protesters, thinking that they were there to help you. In the end, they were there funneling money out of the community. Everything that was donated, millions and billions of dollars, those people scammed us. I'm not talking about the grassroots people that was already down there. They took over. Mike Brown, mama and dad didn't get nothing. The black man and black woman death. It's a commodity for these people. Yeah. They come in and we embrace them thinking they're there because we're one, we're united. No, they're not there for that. They're there to get money off the death of our dead loved one. This Mike Brown dad.
Noticed, it seems like it's getting hotter.
The wildfires, the heat domes, the higher sea level rise, these are part of the same phenomena. This is climate change.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Zillionaire. Y'all already know who it is. The truth speaker. The guy that makes everybody mad because black folks don't like his truth. Black folk like movements like Black Lives Matter who tell you everything you want to hear and take all your money. I tell you. Now, Mike Brown's father is in a war, in a beef. And I don't blame him. And a few others are beefing with Black Lives Matter. And this is why. Black Lives Matter received $90 million last year in the uprising of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and many others, okay? Now, they haven't received any money from that.
No,
even
man.
George Floyd's family, they got a settlement from the system, but they didn't receive any money.
They didn't.
Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor's family,
oh, Lord.
they didn't really receive any money. But guess what? The founder,
let me tell y'all something. All $90 million. They wouldn't even buy a flower for none of these black people's grave, y'all. Y'all need to start waking up. When these people come in our community, you think a person that can harm you or to cut your eyeballs out. I mean, the people that showed you that they hate you all their life when they come in and help you. Oh, Lord, y'all need to wake up.
Let's go. Let's see how the scammers come in. And they're going to use a black face. Now, Black Lives Matter was organized by this white guy named George Soros. He's a white man. But, all the little bit of organization popped up, they got to be millionaires off of the dead man's body. Black man's body.
Buying plenty of houses in the Bahamas, houses in $1 million houses in Atlanta. She's buying all this stuff. And she had the nerve to say, this was her response. This is what Patrice Cullors said. She had the nerve to say that things are not what they appear to be, or what people may assume behind the scenes. Man, behind the scenes, you're buying $1 million homes. That's what's going on behind the scenes. You're not doing nothing for the families. You haven't built anything. You can build a community for Black people. You can buy buildings. You can buy community stuff for the community. You can buy all kind of stuff for the children. You can buy access to a lot of other things as far as educating ourselves in the law, knowing our rights. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that money. Hello, you can open a school with that money.
How about
a Black school with that money? I'm just saying, since you're for Black Lives Matter, and you thought Black people.
How about help burying the body? Them cost about $7,000 out of $1 million. That's all you had to give up to bury the body.
Talk. You can open schools. You can buy property. You can have all kind of other investments into the Black community. But is she doing that? No. She claimed her goal is to reinvest the money. Reinvest the money into what? All the houses you're buying? So I can understand why Mike Brown is calling her out, and he's pissed off. Okay, he's requesting $20 million. I don't blame him, because guess what? Every family, every name that's used, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Mike Brown, Philando Castile, and all the many other Black men and women that were murdered, and their names that were used in this Black Lives Matter movement. They used these people's names to get rich off of them. They played on the fact that Black people need justice, and they got rich off of that. They played on Black people, saying that it's the white man. It's only the white man's fault. Only white people are doing this, when Black men are the biggest killers of each other. If you want to talk about the Black racist cops, you got to talk about the Black men that's killing each other. You have to talk about both sides. But like I said in my last video, if you talk about both sides, there's no money in that. You have to tell Black people that everything is the white man's fault. You can't talk about all the murders and deaths among Black men, because they're going to get mad at you. All right, so they keep pushing this narrative about white men. Now, what they're doing is it's horrendous. It's horrible. It's disgusting. And I don't blame Mike Brown. I'm glad somebody's finally calling her out. Now, a lot of people are, we're going to go live maybe this week.
The Black girl y'all saw, her first name is Patrice. I don't remember her middle name. And she's also, it's not against the LGBTQ. Y'all add all these alphabets to this gay stuff. But anyway, she's a gay activist. She's gay. And her name is Patrice. Now, they put her face up front for Black Lives Matter, because you got to put somebody Black in there to penetrate. She have bought homes all over the world with that money. Mike Brown mama, but I'm going to play y'all Mike Brown mama next. She cussed her out because they won't give her a dime. They use Mike Brown name all the time. These people not getting no money. They not getting no help. And one lady was homeless. They did all these billions of dollars off her son, and she was homeless, couldn't keep up her rent.
You got tomorrow, sometime this week, I'm gonna try to get live, because it's a lot of other stuff going on with this Black Lives Matter movement. Them calling out the Black Lives Matter founder, and she's buying all these houses, and people discovered it. They found out that these are facts. Her name is on the real estate property and everything else. Okay, this is fact. It's not speculation. All right, and these families are not getting the money that they're supposed to get, but she's buying all this other stuff. Okay, you can tell it's a scam. Tell it's a scam. So I don't blame Mike Brown's father for calling her out for this stuff. But there's so much going on with this scam and with Patrice McCullough colors. There's so much scamming going on that I have to go live because we got to talk about all this. It's too much to put in one video. It's just too much. All right, and she